Hello students, welcome to the English class of Baswa Residential Girls School. I am your English teacher Kavita Victor. So today we will see a new lesson. Okay, last time we saw a poem, so this time we will see a prose, which is actually an essay. The title is The Elixir of Life. It has been written by Sir C.V. Raman. You all would have heard of Sir C.V. Raman, and he has written an essay, The Elixir of Life. So first we will see little bit about the author. He is a Nobel laureate. That means he has been awarded the Nobel Prize. He was born on November 7th, 1888 and died on 21st of November 1970. Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman or Sir C.V. Raman had a keen interest in science even from his boyhood days. For his famous discovery called the Raman effect, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1930. King George knighted him for his contributions to physics. The government of India awarded him the Bharat Ratna, and the Soviet Union honored him with the International Lenin Prize in 1957. So that is why he is called Sir C.V. Raman, because he was knighted, K-N-I-G-H-T-E-D, knighted. Okay. So he has written about the elixir of life. So before going further, we will see a few important words from the glossary. Elixir. Elixir means a liquid substance with a magical power to prolong life indefinitely. That means to become immortal. In the Indian mythology, we have Amrita, right? If you drink Amrita, if a person drinks Amrita, he will live forever. That is called elixir. Billowing, spreading over a large area. Speck, a very small mark. Silt, sand, mud, etc. carried by flowing water and left at the mouth of a river. Sustained means to be kept alive. Potent, powerful. Precipitation, separation of solid substances from liquid. This you would have learnt about it in science. Precipitation. Catchment area, an area which collects plentiful rainfall. Contour cultivation, cultivation along the same line of elevation to prevent erosion. Alluvial, areas created with matter deposited by rivers. Crust, hard surface or outer covering. Successive, happening one after the other. Menace, threat. Substantial, large in size, value or importance. Gullies and ravines, channels made by running water. Subsidiary, secondary or less important. Momentum, speed. Okay. Imperative, important. Civilized forests, man-made forests. Conservation, preventing from going waste. Artesian water, underground water springing from a hole, like a well, tanks, all these are artesian waters. Harnessing, controlling and putting into use. Scrub jungle, forest consisting of stunted trees. Stunted means small, which are not grown like a trees which don't grow very big. Afforestation, the process of planting areas of land with trees. ruts, deep paths or depression or groove in the land. See, this is a rut. Okay, this is a smaller one. Rut means like a path through which water can go. In the land, these depressions are formed. They are called ruts. The suspension, the state of water with very small particles of sand and other particles. If you can see here on the left side, this is a suspension. That means it has many other small particles. This is a clear water on the right side. Barges, large boats with flat bottom. See here, you can see it is a huge boat, but it is very, very flat. Okay, that is these are called barges. Terracing, preparing different levels, especially for cultivation. This is terrace farming. Now we'll go to the lesson. Man has through the ages sought in vain for an imaginary elixir of life, the divine Amrita, to confer immortality. But the true elixir of life lies near to our hands, for it is the commonest of all liquids, plain water. I remember one day standing on the line which separates the Libyan desert from the valley of the Nile in Egypt. So he starts this essay by talking about the divine Amrita or the elixir of life. So man has through ages means since time immemorial, since a very long time, man has always wanted to get a hands on this divine Amrita. Man always was behind immortality. What is immortality? That means which doesn't have death. So man wants to live forever. So he knows that this divine Amrita will give him immortality. He has been in search of it. But Sir C.V. Raman is telling, we have always had Amrita in our hand, and that Amrita is nothing but plain drinking water. Plain water, that is the elixir. So once he was standing on a line he was just standing in Egypt near the Nile river. So on that line, means just one imaginary line, he is seeing on one side is the Libyan desert, on the other side is the Nile valley in Egypt. Have you all heard of the river Nile? N-I-L-E, Nile is the river which is in Africa, in a country called Egypt. So if you see here, this is the African continent. So here you can see the Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran and all that. So this is Egypt. So this Egypt here I have put it in an expanded form. If you can see, this is the Mediterranean Sea here, this one. Okay. Now this from here, from somewhere down here, and here flows this river, Nile river. It flows north here like this, up it comes here and it empties itself in the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. So this is the Nile valley, and here this is the Libyan desert. See here, you can see Libyan desert. So this side is desert, and because of this Nile valley, here you can see civilization on the banks of the river. There is beautiful greenery. So that is what the author is telling. So there is a sharp contrast between the desert and the green valley, greenery everywhere near the Nile. So he wants to tell us why there is difference. Okay. On one side was visible a sea of billowing sand without a speck of green or a single living thing anywhere visible on it, while on the other side lay one of the greenest, most fertile and densely populated areas to be found anywhere on the earth, teeming with life and vegetation. What made this wonderful difference? So now he is saying, on one side, this is the picture of the real Libyan desert. You all would have, if any of you have visited a desert, you will know that you will find nothing but sand. Billowing sand means spread everywhere. There is only sand without even a dot of greenery or a living thing. You can't say anything, just sand, sand and sand all over. But that is on one side. On the other side lay the one of the greenest, most fertile and densely populated. So you all will know that wherever there is water, there will be increased concentration of population, isn't it? So here near this Nile valley, there is dense population, there is fertile soil and there is lot of greenery. So he is asking us, why do you think there is the difference between, there is a sharp contrast between the two, isn't it? So what is making all the difference? Why? It is the water of the river Nile flowing down to the Mediterranean from its sources a couple of thousands of miles away. Geologists tell us that the entire soil of the Nile valley is the creation of the river Nile itself. It was brought down as the finest silt in its floodwaters from the highlands of Abyssinia and from remote Central Africa. So this is what Sir C.V. Raman wants to tell us. Can you see the river here, the path of the river? So from here is one from Ethiopia, it just joins here. Okay, so he is telling it is because of this water, the valley, that means the area surrounding on the either side of the river is very fertile because of the water. Not only just because of the water, he is telling it is because of the silt. Silt is that fine particle which the river carries. River just takes it with the flowing water from one place. So here he is telling thousands of miles away from here. Imagine this is from here, it is carrying all that silt, all that fertile soil. The Nile river is carrying all those and bringing it, and it has brought near this Egypt's place. That is why that area is very fertile, because of that silt being brought. And laid down through the ages in the trough through which the Nile flows into the sea. So because since ages, that means since this river Nile came into existence, since ages, from that time till today, Nile is making that area, the Nile valley, more fertile. Egypt in fact was made by its river. So the country of Egypt was made, that means it was created because of the river. Its ancient civilization was created and it's sustained by the life-giving waters which come down year after year with unfailing regularity. So the country of Egypt, not now, even from the time of civilization, since ages, you all would have heard of the pharaohs, the pyramids, all the very famous kings, the pharaohs. They all stayed close to the river Nile because it was so fertile, and the country flourished because of the river. I give this example and could give many others to emphasize that this common substance which we take for granted in our everyday life is the most potent and the most wonderful thing on the face of our earth. So he's giving the example of river Nile and the country of Egypt, how it flourished, just to show us the importance of water. So without water, the country wouldn't even have existed today. Okay, you all would have heard of the Nile Valley civilization, how we have Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization and all the major civilizations happened on river banks, because source of water is where people and animals will go and live. Okay, so here you can see on the bottom part again the river Nile. So you can see the pyramids, the Sphinx, all these major important huge monuments, all of them are constructed on the bank of the river only. Okay, it has played a role of vast significance in shaping the course of the earth's history and continues to play the leading role in the drama of life on the surface of our planet. So it has played a vast significance in shaping the course of the earth's history. So the earth's history itself has been shaped by water. So because of water, people's behavior, everything has changed based on the availability of water, and continues to play. Even today, water is playing a very important role in each person's lives and in the whole of the planet also. That is what he is telling. So this is the end of first part. Okay. So in the next class we will continue with the same essay. Okay. Hope you all enjoyed this. I will see you all in the next class. Okay. See you. Bye bye.